You know what? I have mentioned it in the past. The oldest Harvard study says, one of the main reasons of our happiness is relationship. So, that study was conducted over a span of 95 years, and it found out that you know people who invest in meaningful relationships are the happiest people. So today's session is going to be all about relationships. Good evening and a warm welcome to everyone. Radio Diva started as a little journey just to spread awareness, just to have some good time during COVID, but it has already been 3 years. Like in a month we'll be completing 3 years of Radio Diva, and now it has become a platform where we take up important topics, especially related to mental health, because we believe that if we are able to think mentally better, we'll be able to handle our lives much better. So it has evolved into a platform where, various experts, specialists in their own field, they share their wisdom, their experiences, their life learnings with us and help us be better individuals. So follow us, please. I'll request each one of you be part of our Happy Go Lucky community. Follow us on Facebook and Insta by the name of Radio Diva, and do subscribe to us by the same name. Okay, so today's speaker is someone I just spoke to her and I fell in love with her. I'll be very, I'll be very open about it. She's full of life, she's full of exuberance, she's full of vitality. And I was so happy that I had this little, talk with her. And she's founder of Aspen Life Coaching. She is the CEO. She is a consultant homeopath from last 22 years, and she's a counseling psychologist and a psychotherapist. She is an emotional intelligence coach. She is someone who was treating patients and realized that most of our illness is related to our mental health, and that's how she delved deep into it. She is also internationally certified corporate and a corporate trainer and an NLP master trainer. She is a certified outbound facilitator and ICF certified PCC life coach. Okay, so she is a relationship coach. She helps a person improve their relationship with others, and she has this 3 P's that she follows: productivity, peace, and prosperity. And if I go on about her, she has helped more than 25,000 people deal with their emotional, social, and psychological changes. And she is part of Happy for You. So you can always, she is empaneled with Happy for You. She is very much a part of it. Happy for You. So if you want to reach out to her, you can reach out to her through our initiative. And a warm welcome, Dr. Sukhmeet. Such a privilege and such an honor to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Divya, for all those kind words. And I think without further delay, let's quickly move on to the session. I would love to have, let's make it as interactive as possible. So the more you can get the best out of me by interacting and, maybe asking questions or whatever. So the more you are interactive, you will be getting the best out of me is what I can say. So give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Perfect. Thank you so much, dear. All right. Thank you once again for having me on board. And I think one of the most important topics that we are going to talk about today is relationships, isn't it? I think man can die alone, right? Man is a social human being, huh? So we cannot live alone. So, and okay, to move on, which is the most important relationship in your life? Come on, everyone.
So one request, and Dr. Sukhmeet, can we keep it English so that
Oh yeah, okay. सबसे important रिश्ता कौन सा है आपके लिए? सबसे important रिश्ता with whom is it for you? With whom in your family, in and around? Come on, people, reply either on chat or unmute and talk, whatever. Which is the most important relationship in your life? सबसे महत्वपूर्ण रिश्ता कौन सा है आपके लिए? Okay. Wow, Divya, bang on. Yes, absolutely. Khud se khud ka rishta, the one that we have Immediate family, Jaya, yes, but उससे भी पहले. See, the inner circle is already there, right? It's always there. But उससे भी पहले the top priority पे होना किसका चाहिए? खुद का. खुद से खुद का रिश्ता is the most important relationship that one must have in life. Because दूसरों के लिए तो, we keep doing a lot of things. But when have we patted our own back? When हम खुद को कभी appreciate नहीं करते, खुद को कभी, thank you नहीं कहते. We forget ourselves in looking after others, in living for others, isn't it? लेकिन my dear friends, अगर खुद के लिए प्यार और इज्जत नहीं होगी ना, तो आपको कोई और वो दे ही नहीं सकता, क्योंकि आपके खुद के पास आपके लिए नहीं है, तो कोई और आपको वो क्यों देगा? Isn't it? और one more thing, क्या होता है खुद के लिए प्यार और इज्जत ना होने से? जो मेरे पास नहीं वो मैं दूसरों को नहीं दे सकती. So when I don't have it for myself, I cannot give it to others. Isn't it? So खुद के लिए प्यार और इज्जत, you have to have love and respect for your own self. If you do not have it, nobody will give it to you, and you will not be able to share it with others. So the more you love and respect yourself, the more you will be able to share it with the world. And you are seeing life through that lens of love and respect. So you will automatically spread more and more of it. And you will be able to see the right kind of perspective towards life, right? Now, I call it moodometer. Okay, so can all of you tell me, how do you feel right now? Come on, apart from Divya, I want others also to share. No problem, Parul. Better late than never. Happy to see you. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to take a screenshot of all your messages, Divya, and show it to my husband. Okay, grateful, calm.
You should. You have such a persona that one starts feeling good in your company, I think.
Wow, thank you so much. Okay, so yes, wonderful. लेकिन देखो कितना time लगा सबको, right? Okay, now tell me, how is what is 2 into 2? 2 multiplied by 2. Answer? Come on, unmute and talk यार, इतना टाइप करने को टाइम लग रहा तो 4. ओके
पता है हमारे यहाँ ना ज्यादा लोग होते हैं, तो फिर हम ना लोग सारे टाइप करते हैं, कोई अनम्यूट नहीं करता है.
आई नो बिकॉज बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है ना.
आज एवरीवन कैन अनम्यूट. वी आर अ स्मॉल नंबर एंड लेट्स टेक
प्रॉफिट
आउट ऑफ इट.
ये दिल्ली एनसीआर में भी तूफान आज ही आना था. Anyway, but it's okay nevertheless. All right, so but then see, so many responses when I say 2 into 2, or even if I say 7 into 10, what is it?
17.
Wonderful. देखो within half a second Divya answers. लेकिन when you have to say how do you feel, why, the reason is मैथ्स तो हम सबने स्कूल में पढ़ा है ना. 7 into 10 सिखाया गया है, 2 into 4 सिखाया गया है, लेकिन किसी ने ये नहीं सिखाया to know how do you feel. Nobody even asked us, or nobody even taught us how to understand how do you feel. So that is what we should learn. Okay. Now, what happens in relationships? Okay. There's a very thin line when you're interacting with people. Reaction or response. Okay. Now, in dono ke beech mein, in between the two of them lies the choice which belongs to us. The choice is always ours, whether you want to react.
You'll have to mute Sangeeta.
Yeah, she did it. It's okay. All right. So there is a very thin line of difference, very, very thin line between reaction and response. What I relate to is, how reactions are, जैसे एक soda water can होता है. Okay, if there's a soda can, you shake the soda can and you shake the mineral water bottle. Okay, दोनों को एक जितना, I mean, equal duration के लिए और equal pressure से हिलाते गए for 5 minutes. Okay, and then you open the soda water can. What will happen? Come on. Kitna
it will burst.
Yes, it will just burst, or it will just, come out, right? Because of the fizz, because of the compressed gas. And what happens to the mineral water bottle? ये वाले को मैंने खोला तो क्या होगा?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? Reaction is immediate. Yes, Jaya. So now this is because of the nature of the liquid inside the bottle and the can, right? Because externally तो मैंने दोनों को एक ही जितना इन्फ्लुएंस दिया है, प्रेशर और एक ही जितना हिलाया है, एक ही टाइम के उतना ही ड्यूरेशन के लिए हिलाया है और उतनी प्रेशर से हिलाया है. So it is the nature of the liquid inside the bottle which will cause it to either react or respond. Similarly, it is what is there within us which causes us to react or respond. Okay, reactions, your immediate, without thinking, it's thoughtless. किसी ने कुछ कहा, एक कोई मुझसे आके अगर बुरी तरह बात करे तो immediately I would respond in the same manner, immediately I would react and मैं भी उतनी गुस्से में उनको जवाब दे दूंगी. That is a reaction. But suppose somebody comes and even if they are shouting or screaming or yelling at me and I'm absolutely calm, I'm like that mineral water which does not change its nature in any situation. I choose to be calm, right? It is my choice. And इसके बाद क्या होता है, उस सामने वाले को इतना disgusting लगेगा, that person across will feel so disgusted that यार मैंने इतना बोला यार इस बंदी को कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा. Yeah, because I choose to be quiet. It is my choice. That doesn't make me weak. That is my strength, right? And that is one of the major causes. So I'll tell you एक राज की बात बताती हूँ. How long does it take for your mind, your brain to hijack your thoughts? मतलब react करना है या respond करना है, ये फासला कितना होता है? Or any situation, when you are anxious, when when you're angry, anything, how long does it take your brain to hijack your thoughts? Just 6 seconds, my dear friends, just 6 seconds. तो अगर 6 seconds तक हम अपने आप को कंट्रोल कर लेते हैं या अपने इमोशंस पर कंट्रोल कर लेते हैं, काबू कर लेते हैं, we do not let our emotions overpower us, then we are sorted. Then we are absolutely in control of our emotions. Yes, that is indeed. And I have been able to help a lot of people get out of anxiety, get out of nervous situations, being able to speak in front of like 200, 300 people, also people who have tremendous stage fear. They have completely got rid of all of that. Okay, so that's the way, there are certain techniques. Okay, now I want you to watch a video. Is everybody able to hear my audio? Yeah?
Bro, that doesn't even make sense. It makes total sense. You just
Audio audible? Okay.
Yes,
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 it
yes.
Okay,
Please
okay, great. Thank you, dear.
Bro, that doesn't even make sense. It makes total sense. You just open up your mind and then listen to other people's opinions.
What's going on here? What's going on?
John's being ridiculous. I'm being ridiculous. You're the one that thinks
Bro,
that.
how can you not see?
Okay, boys, calm down. Okay, everybody take your seats. Matthew, John, come up here, please. And John, stand over there and face that direction. Matthew, come over here and just do the opposite. Thank you. Okay, boys, turn around. And John, what color is the ball?
The ball's white. Seriously? Bro, do you just like making things difficult?
Well, what color do you say the ball is?
Black. The ball is black, clearly. I don't know what you see, Robert, but the ball is white.
Without looking at the ball, I want you to both switch places. Okay, both of you, please turn around. And what color is the ball now? Okay, please have a seat.
Throughout our lives, we believe many things, and we hold dear what we think is right and true. But at times there'll be others who disagree with us. What we believe to be 100% right, they believe the opposite just as strongly. Well, how can that be? Can't they see? We can become frustrated, we might grow distant, we may even sever relationships entirely. Slow down. Breathe. Step into the other person's shoes. It'll make all the difference.
Oh, sorry. Did you all watch the video? Wasn't it amazing? ऐसा होता है कि नहीं हमारे साथ लाइफ में? बहुत बार हम अपने we see through some lens and we think that is only right. Correct? So how we should move towards the other end, be able to see somebody else's perspective. अगर मैंने red glasses का glares पहना है, red glasses वाला. One second, there is something on the chat. Yeah, exactly. It is. Thank you, Parul. It is a matter of perception, isn't it? I'm sure many of you would have been, would have seen this image, isn't it? Can you appreciate this young lady with a beautiful necklace, with curly hair, with a nice fluffy dress, with a feather on her cap? Isn't it? Are you able to appreciate this? Yes, wonderful. Come on, I need more thumbs ups or at least some yeses. Okay, great. Who else? Okay, so okay, I'll just take a pointer, and this is the young girl. Okay, this is the beautiful necklace. Okay, this is the feather, right? And see her, and this nice black fluffy dress. Okay. Now see this. Can you see the same thing in a different perspective? Can you see this old lady here who's absolutely withered, and you can see all these wrinkled, you know, the face is also absolutely withered, right? It's just a matter of perception. It's just a matter of perception. How the same thing could be different. Yeah, this image is taken from the book Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. It's all about a paradigm shift. The same thing appears to be different when you change your perspective. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to do in life. I've been able to save at least 3 to 4, I think 4 divorces just by making them इसको इसका perspective समझा दिया, इसको इसका perspective समझा दिया. I know it sounds very simple. It's not that simple though, but of course I have my own techniques which help me do that and help my clients or coaches to, you know, solve their relationship issues. And relationship issues not just between spouses. It could be a boss and employee. It could be a mother and child. It could be a mother and spouse, or you know, father and the wife, or whatever. It could be anybody else in the house. It could be just friends. It could be siblings, and so on and so forth. So how comfortable you are seeing the other perspective and be able to be in your, you know, center yourself and see the other perspective across. That will help you see the relationships and the space from where they are coming from. जब हम दूसरों की नजरों से उनकी दुनिया को देखते हैं, तब हमें उनकी दशा समझ में आती है, right? And that is exactly what makes the whole difference. Yeah, exactly. So when the person is not expressive, okay, you at least are able to think from their perspective because you know the person, right? And when you're able to know, when you know the person, you're able to see their perspective, then you stop expecting things from such a person, right? And when you stop expecting things from such a person, there is no disappointment, my dear, isn't it? So that's very well. Even this, you know, if I write a big 6 here and you are on the opposite end, you will see it as 9. और हम दोनों आर्ग्यू करने लग जाएंगे कि यार मैंने तो 6 लिखा है. आप बोलोगे क्या डॉक्टर सुखमीत, you can't see this much also, you know, it's purely 9, and then we keep arguing. But the moment I say, okay, let me see how you can see it as 9, I get out of my place, I come to your position, from there मैं ऐसे घूम कर मैं देखती हूँ कि okay, मैं घूम कर देखती हूँ, अरे यार इसके यहाँ से तो 9 दिख रहा है. So either of us is not wrong, neither me nor you, right? It's only a matter of perception. तो हम जब अपनी पोजीशन छोड़ के दूसरे की पोजीशन पे खुद को रखते हैं, तब हमें दूसरे के का नजरिया समझ में आता है, राइट? वैसे भी कहते हैं ना वो बदलती है नजरें तो बदलता है नजरिया, बदलती है नजरें तो बदलता है नजरिया, नजर का इलाज है नजरिए का नहीं। तो नजरिए को ठीक करिए,
Wow.
राइट? या
Lovely.
so, and oh my god, this is something which I learned many years later in my life. My life would have been even more, amazing if I had learned to do this much earlier. What is that? Learn to say no. Why? Because हमको तो यही लगता है ना यार, लोग क्या कहेंगे हमने अगर ना कर दिया. We tend to. I was raised to become a people pleaser in my life because I was like the ideal daughter, the ideal child of the house. Grew up to be was taught to be the ideal daughter-in-law, the ideal wife, the ideal mother, and blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, so I landed up being a people pleaser. मुझसे ना बोलने ही नहीं होता था because मुझे हमेशा ये लगता नहीं यार बुरा लग जाएगा सामने वाले को और whatever. But at the same time, who was most unhappy? It was me because I kept thinking about others' happiness and I forgot to think about my own. So इसको भी ना एक gift wrap करके बोलना होता है. Okay, it's an art, it's a skill to learn to say no. We call it assertiveness. You have to learn to be assertive. Okay, so it's as good as suppose मुझे कुछ आपको gift देना है, maybe just a cardboard. Okay, and I just get it. Okay, you know what? I got this for you. You'll say यार क्या कंजूस है ऐसा गिफ्ट लेकर आते हैं. पर अगर ये सेम चीज को मैंने बहुत ही प्यार से एक बहुत प्यारा गिफ्ट रैप कर दिया और अच्छा सा बो लगा दिया और एक पर्सनलाइज नोट लिख दिया, टू डियरेस्ट दिव्या blah 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 with lots of love, your bestie and blah blah, whatever, I got this specially from you and for you and whatever. So at least the person across would think yaar at least she has taken the trouble of getting me something. The mere thought, the mere gesture of getting it would have been would have made her happier, isn't it? So words भी ऐसे ही होते हैं. Words को भी हमें plainly ऐसे नहीं बोला यार तुमको समझ में नहीं आती है क्या. Like the same thing if I say, suppose Divya comes to me and Divya says, Dr. Sukhmeet, Sukhmeet चलना यार हम लोग यहाँ जाते हैं, whatever, and I'm really busy. Okay, or suppose she comes and tells me that, can you help me with this project? Suppose we are working in the same firm and she comes and tells me, can you help me with this project? And I'm like, okay, और मेरा भी बहुत सारा काम पड़ा हुआ है और मुझे भी वो काम खत्म करना है, मुझे भी मेरे बॉस को रिपोर्ट करना है और whatever. So अब मैं ना कैसे बोलूँ? She is my best friend. अब मैं ना कैसे बोलूँ? यार ना कह दिया तो ये तो नाराज हो जाएगी. What do I do? I'm in a fix. अगर मैं हाँ कहती हूँ तो मुझे डांट पड़ जाएगी मेरे बॉस से, और अगर मैं ना कहती हूँ तो मेरी बेस्ट फ्रेंड नाराज हो जाएगी. What do I do? So if I can say, oh wow, yes, definitely I'll help you, Divya. The first thing, okay, that Divya wants to hear is, definitely I'll help you. Just give me 1 hour, or half an hour. I'll just quickly finish my project and then I'll help you with it. But अब दिव्या को भी घाई और मुझे भी घाई. दिव्या will say, no, please, तुम तुम्हारा बाद में करो, तुम पहले मेरा करो, मुझे help करो. But then I'm like, oh, so you know what? It's a little urgent. But what I can do is, I can help her by giving her somebody else from my team. Okay, and I can also tell her that, you know what, I would love to help you, more than happy to help you. But यार मुझे तो ये complete करके देना ही है. Let me see, मैं जितना जल्दी हो सकेगा मैं करके आपको मैं help करती हूँ. Okay, now so and so say for example, Jaya from my team will be able to help you. अब choice किसकी है? अब choice दिव्या की है. Either she can wait for me to finish my project, or she can go ahead and take Jaya's help, right? तो I have tried to help her, और इतनी conversation में दिव्या को इतना तो समझ में आ गया होगा कि I genuinely want to help her, correct? So it's the way you say things and the how of what you say is very, very important. At the same time, when you learn to say no, you learn to respect your own self. You learn to respect your own choices. So when I say no to Divya in a very sweet and a very gift-wrapped way, Divya will not feel hurt. At the end of the whole thing, Divya को लगा नहीं यार वो बेचारी ने बहुत try किया यार. She couldn't help me. She also had some urgent work. अगर at the same time, if suppose Divya comes to me and says, Divya यार तुमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या? तुमको दिख रहा है ना मैं काम कर रही हूँ. अगर ऐसे कह दिया तो she will never talk to me in her life, right? So it's the how of what you say matters the most. Okay. And you have to learn to create boundaries for yourself. Only then will you be able to. So see, Anna Taylor has said, love yourself enough to set boundaries. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and what you won't accept. It's like, you are, somebody is knocking at the door. It is your choice whether you want to open the door and allow somebody in or not. Respect your own boundaries, creating boundaries for yourself. कि इतना तक मैं करूंगी, इसके बाद thank you very much. I cannot allow you to persuade my boundaries, which I have created for my own self, right? And we are constant work in progress. Nobody is perfect. Now, even though I am talking on relationships, not that I have worked on my relationships also a lot. I've invested a lot of time and effort in my relationships too. It's just that, yeah, maybe I would have done it a few years earlier, right? Because I've been learning and training myself so much. So sometimes you need to look at things from a different perspective. और उनके लिए तो यही सच्चाई होती है ना. Kids are the best. You can learn the best. If you realize one more thing, very important thing about kids. आप किसी, suppose somebody is carrying their child, 1.5 year old child, और आप बोले अरे 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 कुछ आ जाओ. Now if the child likes your face, उसको तुम्हारी शक्ल पसंद आ गई तो वो तुरंत आपके पास आ जाएगा. अगर तुम्हारी शक्ल पसंद है तो वो ठाक मुंह मोड़ लेगा बिल्कुल, या मोड़ लेगी, right? They don't care whether you like it or not, but they are very sure of what they want. मुझे नहीं आना है आपके पास. Okay, so you feel so humiliated. Or yeah, I'm not so bad that you're not coming to me. But kids are very clear with their choices, right? So there's so much to learn from children, isn't it? Now be ready. Quickly grab a pen and paper or a pencil and a paper. Quickly. This is going to be a very, very, very insightful exercise for you, for your life, for your relationships. Trust me on that. Quickly grab a pen or a pencil and a paper, and let me know when you are ready. Okay, put a thumbs up on the screen so that done. Very good, Parul. Yes, Jaya, Sonika, all of you. Yep. Come on, the others also. Quickly grab a pen and paper. Super. Oh, Namji has also joined. All right, great. Okay, so now, yes, Sangeeta ji, you have a question? Okay, एक pen और paper ले लीजिए सब लोग, and draw a circle on your paper. Okay, so draw a circle, and this circle has to be approximately 3 inches in diameter. Okay, so this entire wait, let me take a look at the pointer again. Okay, this entire diameter has to be 3 inches. Okay, approximately. It's okay. हमारी maths की class नहीं चालू है, so that's fine. Okay, and you mark the center of the circle, like somewhere around this. Okay, if you can see my laser pointer, that is you. Okay, and this circle is your life. You are at the center of your life. Okay. Now identify. This is the round 2. Okay. Is everybody done with round 1?
Yep.
Yes. Cool. So now you have to identify 5 people whom you interact the maximum in your daily life. Okay, it could be anybody, mind you. It could be your boss, it could be your spouse, your brother, your sister, your mother, your maid. Most important, hai na bhai? Anybody and everybody. Okay, whoever you interact with the most in your daily routine. Okay, you need not write their name, or you can, whatever. Write their initials if their names are bigger. And bakiyon ko pata na chale, so you can maybe just use some initials. Okay, and you mark their positions, where who is most important, whatever, as whatever you want to, wherever you want to place them on this circle. You are at the center, remember. Okay, once done, 5 people in your life whom you interact with the most. Okay. Done? Should we move ahead?
Yes, done.
Okay, great.
Done.
So wonderful. Now, okay. So now round 3. Okay, now the quality of your relationship with each of the 5 people in the form of one of the following lines. Okay, now if it's a double line like this, that means your relationship with that person is very strong and reliable. Okay, now if it's a single line, it's like okay, good enough. Okay, dashed line, that means it's strained, it's difficult. Okay, broken line like this is, that means it's almost on the verge of either breaking up or broken है completely, और conflicting कि हम झगड़ते ही रहते हैं जब भी हम साथ में होते हैं. Am I clear here? So 2 lines, it's strong and reliable. Single line, good. So your circle might look like this. See, okay. I'll keep this on. Okay, so double lines, that means your relationship is really strong and reliable. Single line, that means it's good enough, चल रहा है. Dash line, that means कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. दया को बुलाओगे? नहीं, दया कुछ नहीं करेगा यहाँ पर. हमको ही करना है. Okay, so it's either strained or difficult. And broken line, मतलब it's really conflicting. Okay.
मेरे सारे डबल लाइन हुए.
Hi. Who's this? One second. Divya. You're sorted. Okay, be true to yourself, by the way. Be true to yourself. Okay.
No. I was true. I think I marked all the people who are my closest, so that's fine.
Yeah. Take it. Whatever. This is not, and this is something where you, of course, you may be. I'm not denying the fact that you must have. I'm sure you would have worked a lot on yourself and your relationships that you are at this level now. So pat your back and appreciate yourself for that, for all the efforts that you have taken. Okay.
I do work on my relationship.
Absolutely. Nahin to it's not easy to sustain, right? Now, once write one value. Oh, 1 second. Okay, sorry, by mistake. This I wrote this as 3. This is round 4. Every जो भी strained relationship है आपका, उसमें you write one of, और दूसरा, even the ones which are good. Okay, write one value you choose to practice on each of these lines. As in, the one which is strained, why is it strained? What value you could practice there to improve the relationship? Okay, so suppose now this is a strained relationship with Mr. AB or Miss AB or whatever. Now maybe suppose if it is my circle, okay, or inner circle of my life, maybe I could use forgiveness here, or practice forgiveness here to make this relationship with this person better. Okay, so likewise, ये सारे relationships पे आप ये सारी lines पे जिसके भी साथ, ये Mr. EF के साथ suppose मेरे बहुत प्यारा relationship है, maybe she or he is my best friend. Okay, so then maybe this, or I can continue to love this person. Here I haven't written anything. So here maybe, why is my bond so strong? Because of my loyalty. Okay, so likewise, sabhi as lines pe you find out, even CD ke saath, maybe the relationship is very strained. So what value in my life can I practice here to make my relationship better with Mr. or Miss CD? ठीक है? This person के साथ मैं क्या value ऐसा use करूंगी या practice करूंगी जिससे मेरा relationship better होगा. All right? Now, contemplate how this value would help to heal, ease the tension, strengthen and build better relationships with this person. Okay? तो क्या ऐसा करोगे आप, या क्या वैल्यू ऐड करोगे जिससे आपका रिलेशनशिप इस पर्सन के साथ अच्छा हो जाए. Okay, or maybe you forgive, or maybe you at least heal, or if it's some grief, how will you get over it, whatever. Okay, now if you could share that, okay, maybe don't share the person's name or the relationship with the person, but maybe you could say, okay, I just realized that maybe, using forgiveness as a tool, I could improve my relationship. Or maybe, having patience in one of the relationships. Or maybe just being a good listener will improve my any value that you feel. So what all you have discovered right now, in the relationships that you've written, what would add value to your relationships? Come on, I need some answers on the chat or on audio.
Least expectation,
Okay,
like
wonderful.
no expectation. In fact, not
Yeah.
least, zero expectation.
Wonderful. Boliye, or what else?
Satnam ji is saying honesty.
Okay, good. So that was one revelation. What else? Others? ऐसा कौन सा relationship up? Okay, giving space to the other person. Maybe just keeping a little distance from the person sometimes also works very well, isn't it? So having your own, creating your own boundaries. Okay, forgiveness is one you mentioned earlier. Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Forgiveness is like, it's not easy. I had a tough time forgiving some people in my life. Oh, ye kya ho gaya? Wait, 1 minute. Haan. Okay, now let's move on to the next screen. Now, so now what you have to do is mark in your understanding. जो लोगों का आपने इनिशियल्स लिखा है, उनका आपस में रिलेशनशिप कैसा है? Mark those lines also. Okay, so maybe X और Y का, A, B और C, D का, उनका relationships आपस में कैसा है, उस पे भी आप mark करो. So it will look something like this.
पर ऐसा हो सकता है ना कि वो लोग आपस में रिलेटेड ही नहीं हो
सकता है ना, why not? So do you need not mark it, it's okay. Or maybe it's just like, okay, good, basic है, so चल जाता है, that is, just leave it alone. All right, so sometimes, most of the times rather, it's the inner circle where everybody is selected people, most of the times they are people from one family or from one organization, right? So boss hai, uska boss hai, colleague hai, subordinate hai, so वो एक ही fraternity के होते हैं. So then this looks something like, when I'm doing it for corporate organizations, sometimes this happens, कि अरे यार उसका इसके साथ ऐसा चल रहा है, वैसा चल रहा है, strained है या बहुत strong bonding है, or whatever, right? Or they are not in talking terms absolutely with each other. So then it's like this cross thing. Okay. So it might look now the most important thing. Okay. Now after it is probably messed up or clear or whatever, just say AB and IJ, what you can see here is absolutely clear and good relationship. But within them, it's like really confusing, conflicting, strained, and difficult relationships between all of them, right? Now what you do is the last round, okay? Not the absolute last, but yeah, more or less. What you do is, हर एक बंदे के साथ का relationship, like suppose if ये CD है, CD का relationship को zoom करो, zoom in, okay? So you move from a macro to a micro perspective, okay? As in, with each person you zoom that, okay, now ये इसके साथ strain क्यों है, ये उसके साथ strain क्यों है, ये मेरे साथ, इसका मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों, उसका whatever, you zoom in, so you'll get even more clarity as to where you need to work with this person. हमको कौन से aspect पे हमारे relationship के काम करना है, okay? इतनी clarity आती है because we are becoming more and more specific in each round, correct? So you'll get more clarity, okay? कि दूर से, अब जैसे you are sitting in front of the mobile or the laptop, ठीक है? Now I can see only the laptop, but ideally speaking, I know that okay, the wall opposite to me has a photo frame, उसके ऊपर एक nice show light है, there are 3 lights, so I know that is my peripheral vision, right? So I can see all of that, but my specific vision is right in front of the laptop, sitting and talking to you. So the more from general to specific, from global to local, वैसे from macro to micro, it becomes even more specific to be able to pinpoint कि कहाँ हमें काम करना है, कौन से एस्पेक्ट के रिलेशनशिप के कौन से एस्पेक्ट में हमें काम करना है. Okay, so it will give you even more clarity. It will give you a good analysis as to where we need to work and what value can we add or what needs to change in our behavior by being more empathetic towards that person. The moment you are full of empathy, it makes the entire difference. What is empathy? एक होता है sympathy और एक होता है empathy. Sympathy is when you feel sorry for some person. Okay, you are watching that person, you know that okay, ऐसा हुआ. Empathy, when you place yourself in that person's shoes and understand what he or she is going through, that is empathy. सबने मुन्ना भाई MBBS देखी ना, तो what he does in the entire movie, he is the most empathic soul in that entire movie, right? What he does is पूरा टाइम वो उनको तुमको थैंक यू बोलने के और whatever, you know, सब लोग आपको था वो, especially that guy who does the hospital का वो पोछा thing, right? So वो उसको क्या what he does, जादू की जप्फी सबको देता है. Yes, to feel someone's pain, absolutely, to understand what that person is going through. Correct. So being empathic is one of the most important traits, I think, right from a child to, I think, a CEO or an MD of the biggest organization should also incorporate. Okay, that is what is going to make the difference. दूसरों का समझे नहीं हम दुख तो क्या फायदा ना. That's why I kept that song also. किसी की मुस्कुराहटों को हो निसार, right? Anyway, now once your relationship with yourself is sorted, all other relationships will be at peace. You will be operating right at the center with everybody at the periphery, having good and sound and sorted relationships, right? And what will that give you? Peace, happiness. And of course, when you have everything positive all around, all the positive energies collaborating, working towards you, right? Definitely you will be more prosperous as a person, as a professional, right? And there you can see, this is nirvana actually. वो जीते जागते nirvana attain करने वाली बात है, right? That's how when I work with people, that's why I say I help them attain the 3 P's in their life, which are so important. Increase in productivity, because when you're happy, you will work wholeheartedly. You'll be more passionate about whatever you do, right? That will bring you more peace in your life, right? Because everything you're working at your best, you're doing whatever you do, whether it's only taking care of your relationships or even just taking care of your house, whatever, you're doing it to your fullest. There's एक sense of fulfillment होती है, एक sense of enrichment होती है, right? So that is what will help you increase in productivity. It will bring you peace, and definitely when these are there, you will be much more moving towards, moving towards prosperity in great speed, right? And all this, ये सबसे क्या होगा? People will know you for what you are. People will know you for the love, for the peace that you have within, and you're radiating that, the love that you radiate all around, right? That is what is important. That is what is going to increase your presence in your life, right? People will know you for that, right? So that is what I think every relationship. So work on your relationship first with your own self. What is it that you think about your own self? आप अपने बारे में क्या सोचते हो? That will change the whole process. If you think good about yourself, you will see also everything as good around. But the moment you don't think good about yourself, you're low on self-esteem, you need to work on yourself. खुद के लिए प्यार और इज्जत नहीं होगी तो दूसरे नहीं देंगे, और खुद के लिए प्यार और इज्जत नहीं होगी तो आप दूसरों को क्या दोगे? दे ही नहीं पाओगे. जो मेरे पास नहीं, आप मुझसे कॉफी मांगोगे, मैं आपको पानी दूंगी तो बोलेंगे ये क्या है, ये डॉक्टर को कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. बट मेरे पास जो चीज नहीं है वो मैं दूसरों को कैसे दे सकती हूँ? I need to have coffee in my cup to offer you a cup of coffee. If I don't have coffee, I will not. So I need to have that within me to share it with others, isn't it? So work on that. I think that is something. And self-care, self-love is not selfish. It's just taking care of yourself, right? So work on that, and I think everything else will be sorted, and we will live happily ever after, right? So never let go. And this is one thing which I've noted, in life. If you never let the fondness in any relationship die, you can sustain that relationship forever. क्या होता है पता है, like especially in couples, when you are a couple, when you're married, when you have children, it's even worse. Why? Because फिर तो हम खाली मम्मी और पापा बन के रह जाते हैं. हम भूल जाते हैं कि we are a couple before we got married. We forget that we are a husband and a wife. Okay? Before we had children, हम सिर्फ मम्मी और पापा बन के रह जाते. So remember, never let your original relationship die. Never let the fondness between the two of you die. Okay, that is something which is going to help you sustain. Do what you did in your first year or first month of your marriage also. Wait for each other, make your life exciting. So my husband and I both are doctors, okay? So when we come home from our clinic rather, now it's become a rule. I don't come home only. I tell him, let's go for a drive. Or if I'm on the bike with him, let's go for a ride. हम दुखी हो जाते हैं सारा दिन गाड़ी चला चला, बॉम्बे का ट्रैफिक. So हम अपनी गाड़ियां पार्क कर देते हैं शाम को. Most of the times we are either on the bike or once in a while we are in the car also. So nothing, not coming home directly. एक drive तो बनता ही है.
किसी को सीटिंग मारनी आती है यहाँ पे.
So that is what happens, because I think that is the time we share कि पूरे दिन में क्या हुआ.
This is so much required. I'll tell you, Dr. Sukhmeet, there are so many people who have just, women especially, who are just mothers and have forgotten being a wife.
Yes, exactly.
I know so many people, and I've been telling so many of my friends, be crazy about your husband, and you will see how your child will bloom. Respect your spouse, and your child will respect both of you.
Exactly, because our children, more than listening to the gyan that we give them, they are watching you. So हम जैसा behave करेंगे वो, you have to walk the talk. You have to walk the talk for them to learn from you, rather than giving them those lectures and gyan. ये generation में ना भगवान ने chip ही अलग डाल के दी है. They don't want to listen to any gyan, my dear. Not at all. They have more gyan through the net available.
I totally agree with that. And I'll tell people, fall in love with your husband all over again.
Absolutely. So I literally tell my husband sometimes, I feel like, चलो dinner पे चलते हैं. आपको क्या हो गया यार? I said, no, जाना है, बस जाना है. Then I add a little humor to it. You're okay to come? ठीक है, नहीं तो I'll see whom I want to go with. And then नहीं खबर में चलता हूँ. Of course, it's not that. But then and as you, I think, let the fondness grow each day. It's absolutely like an investment. And फिर invest करोगे तो भाई ROI तो मिलेगा ही ना, return on investment तो मिलेगा ही फिर. So
people have become very good mothers, and they think that they are just their mothers, and the child is the the center of their life.
No,
the spouse is the center of our lives.
Of course, वो ऐसा है ना, तुम्ही से हम है, हम ही से तुम, वैसा है. और बच्चे are, of course, the kids are a part of our lives for sure. We cannot deny, right? You cannot remove the mother out of me, for sure. But at the same time, I'm a wife first. I need to respect that, isn't it? So, and of course, so I have seen so many. As I told you, I saved at least 4 divorces, and I really proudly say that, because it's not easy. It's not easy to get them together back when they've decided to, part ways. So what was उनमें से एक था जिसका issue ये था कि when they had a child, the child was, I think, 10 or 11 when the lady came to me. And the issue was that the guy was a total party animal. Okay, total party animal. So before they had a child, they would party every night till about 2-3 a.m. in the morning. And the life was absolutely very rosy, and the way they wanted it to be. But once she became a mother, her entire focus was like zoop, only on the child. I'm a mother. Okay. So, no, my dear, I don't live in Hyderabad. I am in Mumbai. But yes, you can definitely get in touch with me. I'll put my number across. Yeah, this is my number, and you can definitely get in touch with me. And for any other queries also, I will, whatever best I'll be able to do, I will do for you for sure. Anyway, so that is what happened. So वो क्या हुआ? हाँ, then the moment I worked with this girl, this lady, पूरा उनका लाइफ का शेड्यूल चेंज कर दिया, right? And I literally made her start going with, or starting with her husband again, okay? तो सब उनका छूट गया. The extramarital affair faded off because now he has his wife back with him, and they've had a love marriage. So it's all just, I think, just little being aware of where your relationship is heading to. Just see the other's perspective. What is it that your spouse needs? And of course, mind you, while you are taking care of what your spouse needs, first you have to be aware of what are your own needs. What is it that you also need? Okay. And what is it that you need to be aware of yourself? So make the necessary changes, and I think life is beautiful. It's never let go. Okay. So that's all for today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sukhmeet. It was such an honor to hear you. And
Thank you.
everybody who will be listening to us on YouTube, please subscribe to us. We need to reach out to more people. Our content is honest, but we need to learn more of marketing skills. But definitely each one of you can help me reach out to more people who are looking for these small answers. Sometimes we don't need a sword to handle anything a needle can do, and that's what Radio Diva is trying to do. So thank you, everyone.